Good evening, Mayor, City Council members, and residents of McGregor. My name is Brent McCain. I was going to be present at tonight's council meeting and present this speech to you in person. However, I've had to deploy back to work. So, I bring this to you via Facebook. While I do not live in McGregor, I have family that calls McGregor home, and I, at one time, served this community for several years, working as a paramedic for the McGregor Volunteer EMS in the late 1990s and early 2000s. When I made a request for service, the dispatcher and a volunteer firefighter laughed at my request behind my back. They didn't just dismiss my concern, they mocked it. That alone should raise alarm bells for anyone in this room who values professionalism and public service. But it didn't end there. I attempted to follow protocol and raise my concerns directly. The police chief refused to return my call until I was forced to elevate this matter to the city manager. The fire chief has still not returned a single call. The city manager is never available and to this day has failed to return any of my phone calls or emails. The city hall receptionist screens my calls. I know this why? Because when I call from my main number, it goes to voicemail. However, when I call again immediately from a different number, it's answered before the end of the first ring. Now let me ask this council a simple question. Is this acceptable behavior from your public offices? But wait, the recipient of that phone call, which was made by the police dispatcher, was none other than one of your councilmen. Now, perhaps most troubling of all, when I had no other path for communication, I turned to the city's official Facebook page to leave a respectful public comment about my experience. And what did I find? My comments were hidden, not deleted, but hidden. Visible only to me, but no one else. That is deliberate. That is deceptive. And that is completely unacceptable. This isn't just poor communication anymore. This is an intentional suppression of a citizen's voice. And when it happens on a government-managed social media page, it may very well violate my First Amendment rights. The city of McGregor does not get to curate public perception by silencing legitimate public concern. You don't get to laugh at residents, ignore their calls, and then hide their comments on social media. So, tonight I'm asking this city council, on the record, to do better, to lead. Specifically, what I am calling for is number one, an independent investigation into the behavior of the dispatcher, the firefighter, and all supervising parties who failed to respond appropriately. Number two, a formal review of city communication practices, including call screening, email responsiveness, and staff conduct at City Hall. And number three, a public explanation of the city's social media moderation policy, including who is hiding comments, under what authority, and how that complies with the constitutional standards. Now, this city works for its residents, not the other way around. If someone had told me I'd have to stand in front of the city council just to be acknowledged, I wouldn't have believed it. But here I am. I want nothing more than to see McGregor thrive. But a community that ignores its residents, mocks their concerns, and silences their voices in a community in crisis. I want nothing more than to see McGregor thrive. But a community that ignores its residents, mocks their concerns, and silences their voices is a community in crisis, whether it knows it or not. Please, don't prove me right. Do the right thing, not just for me, but for every resident watching how you respond. Thank you. Please, don't prove me right. Do the right thing, not just for me, but for every resident watching how you respond. Thank you.